This is Mad Mike. I guess I'm the guy y'all all scared of and shit. When you come to visit Detroit, boo, motherfucker, boo. There you go. No, here it go for real. I'm Mad Mike, you are, and thank you for listening to our interview. When me and Jeff started it was pretty much he had just got out of a label situation with his industrial band Final Cut, and I was a studio musician. We had just got signed to Motown, and both of us saw a side of the commercial music industry that we didn't really like. So we decided that we would do our thing, and we would do it faceless. And the facelessness was based in hoping that people would listen more to the music coming out of the speakers than worrying about what we look like. Because in the era that we would create music, a lot of African American singers and musicians and shit was getting their nose pointed and skin lightening and all type of crazy shit. So we wasn't with that shit. So we just said, fuck it, we're going to do our thing faceless for as long as we possibly could. That's the basic theory of why we founded the thing. What's important to know is it's pretty much a label with no rules. It's no boundaries. We just do whatever sounds funky to us. If people really want to hear what's in the heart and the minds of a musician or producer in Detroit, and they really want to hear the guts of Detroit, they can listen to UR. You know, it's a rough place. It's the Midwest, and it wasn't nothing particularly exciting about it, and it wasn't nothing particularly beautiful about it. It was a lot of good music that came from it, and some athletes. But overall, life was just average, and I didn't think much of it. My aspiration was to be a baseball player, a musician, or whatever, and eventually leave. Over the course of the success of Detroit techno, we had many visitors from other places in the world that kind of, in a strange way, kind of pointed out the greatness of the city to me. Some of the architecture, the soul, the churches, the radio, the people, the food, the friendliness of people to strangers and all that type of shit that, I never been nowhere, so I didn't know. And I got a kind of a schooling lesson from people from out of town on. I was fortunate. I didn't leave Detroit thinking it was a shit box. When I left Detroit, by the time I did finally leave, I knew it was a diamond in the rough. We sponsoring inner city baseball teams with our record sales. You know, we trying to get kids in college. We trying to get health care for people close to us and work with us. You know, traveling around the world and DJing for fame and fortune. I mean, it's great if you could do it, but you know, we got much more urgent issues on hand in the areas we live in. You know, we need kids to be inspired. These guys right here all got passports. So when they talk to their nieces and their nephews and they tell them about Japan and wherever the hell they been, that goes a whole lot further than somebody patting themselves on their back telling everybody I sold 2,000 records. You know, really, the reality of underground music or high-tech music or electronic music or whatever it is, the reality of it is if some of the major pop stars were to sell as few records as some of these most famous guys did, they fucking probably commit suicide. They figure nobody love them. Because 2,000 records ain't shit to Elton John. That man touched a whole lot of people. 2,000 records ain't shit to U2. It ain't shit to Chuck Berry or Stevie Wonder. You know? Cats have to really put their shit in perspective. True essence of techno music was that everybody could come to the party. You know, when you start icing people out of some shit and proclaiming yourself as whatever you think you are, then, you know, you're really missing the point of it. You know, when we was kids and we listened to Kraftwerk, we thought they was robots. You know, we figured, hey man, this is some cool shit, and the guys was robots. We never said white Kraftwerk or black Kraftwerk or none of that. It was just Kraftwerk. You know, and the shit was funky and it permeated the inner city. You know, I don't see nobody reaching out to us like we reached out to them. I told them guys when they went over to Europe and shit, they think they going to Europe and they thought they was going to come back superstars. Anybody with some sense know what's going to come back. Ain't going to be us. You see? So I wasn't in no hurry to get over there. And I still ain't. Because ain't nobody reaching back and doing shit for us or our kids. So it's up to us to do and make them high tech. We got whole neighborhoods emerging. Nobody got internet. Nobody got cable. Wi-Fi. Can't afford the shit. Wi-Fi and all that shit. They don't even know why they don't supposed to have it. Ain't nobody reaching out to them. Wasn't no advertisements on JLB for no fucking festival or nothing. You know? So shit gotta change. And I ain't waiting on nobody to change it. That's why we made an independent record label. We ain't waiting on nobody to do shit for us. But I love anybody to try. So if them guys from Germany can come and do it again, they'll be my fucking hero. Just like Kraftwerk is my fucking hero, because they did the shit. And if anybody else can come in here and high-tech this fucking inner city mindset, we got kids running around talking about icy grills, 22s, and $300,000 of diamonds in their mouth. We need some high-tech motherfuckers to come through. Until they do that, kiss my ass.